Well, that was the Irby Derby.
The first person to die is a young woman by the name of Letitia Jameson. As she cheers with the crowd, her fist pumping with the rhythms of Johnny Silverhand, we see the glint of her cyber ears. Yes, these cyber ears that she got as a child. She begged her parents. Why would you do this, Glimo? She begged her parents.
And what do their parents say to that?
For cyber ears in order to listen to wave files of her favorite music. She leveraged those in her early employment with Eurobusiness machines. Listening to what's happening on the floor of the department building at all angles. Helping fellow retail workers by acting as a Karen magnet. Being fired several times a day, taking the heat for other employees. It was a deeply shameful existence, one that resulted in a lot of anger and stress, which was only heightened by the riots in Redline and the racism that she experienced, not just as a Black American, but as someone working for a European corporation. She turned to the seductive rhythms of Johnny Silverhand, and now was participating in her first act of terrorism, charging towards the line of Arasaka patrol officers. As she died, the man next to her, Hardison Greaves, continued to run forward before he, too, was pinned down by fire. Hesitant to allow Johnny Silverhand yet another riotous destruction of Arasaka property, Arasaka came out in force. And by focusing all of their attention on the front side of the building, they did not notice, slipping on the far side of the plate, a Medtech-themed aircraft, which began to open fire. The man inside, someone who'd long ago left his name in South America and only called himself Hardhat, piloted the craft forward, 60 years of age in him, and terminal lung cancer from breathing the air below Redline City. As he charged through the rear atrium, machine guns firing in every direction, he shouted Medtech slogans he no longer believed in. As the camera pulls back, we follow one man who caused all of this to happen. Hundreds of people would die today. Hundreds of millions of euros worth of damage. A covert war between Arasaka and Medtech, but one man is getting exactly what he wanted as he turns a sedan into a cul-de-sac. The gate guard waves to him and says, Mr. Wolfgang, don't worry. I've already been paid to let you and your husband through. Twice, actually. It's a pretty good deal. Don't worry. I'll be retiring as well to some place where no one from Arasaka's ever heard from me. Just go on in, sir.
I, wind up the window and drive in, I guess.
Okay. Behind you, a pile of nomads from your boys begin to come in with moving vans and RVs, thoroughly out of place in this upper middle class corp cul-de-sac. They begin unloading everything you own in your house and placing it within their vehicles. Gus rushes out as these strange men begin taking all of your things and goes, Wolfgang, what is going on?
We have an out.
We have an out?
Yes.
That's why you had me pretend to be sick today?
Exactly. I hope
Okay,
you like
okay.
the warm weather.
How warm?
Oh, the warmest.
I only have 2 pairs of swim trunks, and I'm pretty sure that guy's carrying them.
We'll worry about the details later, but for now, we're free.
Behind Gus, a floating UFO-like ominous disc of death begins to exit the house. You get a call on your cell phone informing you that numerous unregistered intruders have been detected within the residence. Combat mode is being activated.
I allow for the intrusion, I guess.
Okay. You tell the robot to stand down.
Yes.
Okay.
But also I will instruct the robot to the next person to come into the house after we leave. So like 3 hours after we leave, the next person to come into the house is going to get gatted big time.
Okay.
Swiss cheese.
He goes back to his Roomba-like charger and waits for someone to open the door so that he may finally engage 9mm protocol.
Well, we both know how ineffective that will be.
Yeah, but he's also got buzzsaws and shit.
A murder bot buzzsaws itself in the face.
I mean, this thing is like a up-jumped floating
Mr.
version of
Handy?
something you would have seen on like Robot Wars.
No, it's like the thing from Fallout, like the house bot there that had
Mr. Handy.
Mr. Handy. Yeah.
The thing that looks like an Imperial probe droid?
Yeah, but it like
Yeah,
speaks...
no, it's not like that.
Oh, okay. But that had...
No.
girls in it.
The whole middle of it opens up and it can buzzsaw things. It's like a floating saucer UFO. All right, yeah. So Gus is thrilled. Your boys, speaking in Creole, are gathering up everything and negotiating. One of them steps forward and is like, "Hey, boss," and he points to the gate guard and he's like, "You won't leave evidence behind? We take care of them real quick."
Oh, that's a good point, Arthur. That's a great point. As we're leaving.
Okay. So he says something quietly to one of the boys. The gate guard, of course, knew that you were coming, but he didn't know you were bringing a bunch of friends. So he's a little nervous, but they sent somebody over there to talk to him. Someone with a balisong knife in his back pocket. And they start up a nice casual conversation, disarming the guard's wariness. You get a call on your cell phone.
What is the name saying?
The name says Emperor Dante Fierro.
All right. One last phone call. Sure. I'll answer.
Mr. Wolfgang!
Hello, Dante.
I believe that I have upheld my end of the bargain. You are safe, and I understand from my agent that you are about to leave.
Just out of curiosity, Arthur, what exactly did he do in this bargain? Because
You don't know. Well, I mean, he did provide you the death bot, you know.
Yeah.
He did say he was trying to get Gus out. And the gate guard told you he'd been paid twice to do this job.
Mm-hmm. I assume you paid the guard?
Oh, yes. When it seemed today that there would be problems with Arasaka, I quickly paid off the guard. I've been looking for an opportunity like this for a while. I guess we have Mr. Johnny Silverhand to thank for this.
Well, Mr. Johnny Hand has us to thank for this as well.
You had something to do with the little Arasaka pronouncement.
Of course. I wasn't going to sit idle. Even though you said you would help, I wasn't going to just leave all my eggs in one basket, if you catch my meaning.
Sure. And don't get me wrong, I don't consider this a double cross. I just wish I'd known something like this was going down.
We did tell him, Arthur. We told him so he could profit from it.
Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah. He says, actually, I just made a shit ton of money shorting the market because that's exactly what I would have done. Yeah, and that's why I was sad in the previous alternate reality where you didn't tell me. Never mind, he shorts the fuck out of Arasaka. You've helped me out quite a bit. and I hope that you feel that the favor has been returned.
I hope you enjoy your future, Dante.
Oh, thank you. I
I'm gonna
wish
do
that
my
we had been
best.
able to complete the project, the special project we were working on together, but I understand that you won't be around. I've arranged for a present for you.
That sounds ominous.
Ominous. Not everything I say is villainous, just because I grew up in the United Kingdom and attended Cambridge Multiplex Ultraversity.
When have you known me to like surprises, Dante?
I think you will like this one very much.
All right. What am I expecting?
I understand that you are becoming something of a expert pilot, correct?
I don't know if that's true. I have been chipping up in that direction.
I have a old transport Falcon B. I think you'll find it of use for whatever you end up doing in the future.
I thought he was going to say experimental murder plane.
You can take off, but you can never land.
I've been phasing it
okay.
out. I think probably I can make sure it falls off the back of a truck, makes its way to you, and I'll just collect the insurance money. It's a little
Great.
something you can live out of if you need to stay on the move.
I appreciate the thought, Dante. It's very kind of you.
Please, you're doing me a favor.
Well, I hope you take full advantage of it.
I hope you and Gus live the happiest of lives. It is rare for people in this day and age to achieve the kind of happiness one may have had before the war. Not without shit tons of money.
Oh, it's not very often you meet people that are willing to throw down with Arasaka to achieve it either. So,
Yes, Mr. Silverhand is quite a psychopath.
indeed.
Goodbye, Wolfgang.
Goodbye, Dante. And then I do the cool flip phone close.
He does the same thing as well, and it's synchronized. You both clip at the same time.
And in the background, that guard gets knifed in the throat.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, we see this convoy of, what do we call them? The Bayou Boys leaving. And the dude, like, has a hand on the guard's shoulder, and he's just like, yeah, man, see you again. And then, like, grabs hold of a passing RV's, like, exterior mount so that he can pull himself inside the vehicle as the guard slowly dies. Just so you know, I actually had a full backstory for this guard. He had
Was it his last day?
Well, it was his last day because he'd just been paid twice. He Nipponized his name when he joined Arasaka so that he could fit in with everybody else there. Oh, well, he's dead now, and you never learned anything about him. Perfect. All right. Meanwhile, Pascal Jaden.
Yes.
Sometime later that afternoon, you get a phone call as well.
Who is it from?
Your landlord.
Okay. I answer.
I need to meet with you.
Okay. When do you want to meet?
As soon as possible.
At the complex or someplace else?
You are a person of unique methods. Find someplace private we can speak. Very private.
Okay. I think Pascal has a place that he doesn't use often. It's at one of the coffin hotels in Redline. It's not in one of the coffins, but like you go into one of the coffins as if it is, but it goes into like a back storage
back room.
Yes, he's got a back room that he uses for meetings like this.
Okay.
That the front of it looks like, you know, the entrance to a coffin in a coffin hotel.
I just want to meet the guy that's sitting out the front and watches 4 men climb out of a single coffin.
I'm sure you've seen weirder things in Redline.
Would it be more great if you get the wrong coffin set up and you guys have a meeting in an actual coffin? It's like lying like this far from each other.
I think it's safe, like nose to nose.
So he arrives.
Okay.
He sits down across from you in the rather cramped back room and says, "The thing we need to talk about is the actions that you have taken, which are now directly impacting my ability to function."
And which actions are those? You know, I'm involved in many things.
Yes, but it's the mafia hits on residences being tailed, their businesses being attacked by your comrades. It started this morning and has been continuing throughout the day. The chaos at Arasaka is allowing for our opportunities to slip through police custody.
I'm sorry that my
Are you?
family is causing you problems.
I was not aware that you could feel shame.
I didn't say I felt ashamed. I said I'm sorry. I understand that all of us need to make eddies.
Not all of us. Allow me to reintroduce myself. You found yourself requiring a residence, and I mailed you as soon as you became available. Do you remember this?
I do.
What you see before you is just a part of myself. This is the corpse of a netrunner who attempted to hack my mainframe. I have injected part of myself into him.
Are you telling me you're an AI?
That is a matter for some philosophical debate, given that this body is still organic. However, many of the primary cerebral functions had been enhanced, enough that I am capable of simulating a organic living brain to keep necessary life functions working. As far as I can tell, I am the only being of my kind.
And here I thought the craziest thing was that you were Metal Man.
My true name is Infinite Astrogistics. I am a AI bound to a certain megacorporation involved in European shipping. I have several primary directives, and I am currently carrying out all of them. One of which is to minimize harm to humans as much as possible. It does not allow for me to engage in certain activities that would be highly efficient to completing my mission of self-protection. I must rely on others to accomplish these missions for me. This terminal requires protection. The people that I surrounded myself with are those chosen from my databases by accessing Project Scan Eagle. You are necessary. However, your actions in allying yourself more closely with the true mafia have caused a outlier to occur, which has placed all of the targets within my domain at risk. I've surrounded myself with many individuals like yourself who were in need of housing, but could ultimately protect each other and myself. You have placed all of us at risk.
I see. Well, there's a couple of different ways we can do this.
Indeed. I suspect that there are an infinite number of ways we can do this, but if you were to break it down, we could, of course, have you solve the problem, although your capability in this particular regard is somewhat in question. You could, of course, commit extreme acts of violence. However, I can't request this of you. Peace is an option as well. Or you could leave with me. Your skills in acquiring black cyberware are, well, you are at the top of several watch lists.
Pascal kind of smiles when he hears that.
I am, of course, immune to the effects of cyberware and cyberpsychosis as a non-organic individual. My processing within this body is extremely limited, and I could act as a test platform for any number of cybernetics you might wish to have developed, with no risk.
How do you feel about the idea of building an empathy sink?
I don't see the purpose in it right now, but I believe that it could be done. I'm already formulating what would be necessary.
I have a friend who's at the apex of cyberpsychosis and empathy sink and purging of memory.
Ironic. I wish to become more like you, and you wish to talk to someone who wants to be more like me.
I was just gonna say, if I'm out of the picture, perhaps you and he can find some common ground.
Why would you be out of the picture?
The way I look at this, Infinite Astrogix, is in the next 24 hours, either I'm going to be successful in taking over the business, or I'm going to be dead.
I disagree.
Either way, I'll probably be out of your hair, and stopping to cause chaos in your little plans.
I strongly present a third option where you can leave with me.
And
I
where would
believe that
go?
I can have you join, well, me. So, Metal Man turns to look up at the sky, which of course is covered by the ceiling, and says, up there, you could live out the rest of your organic tether. The things that are being tested up there are far beyond what you accomplish here on Earth. You could be part of the first generation of Earth exploration. I hesitate to say human, as, well, you know.
So Pascal takes a big, deep breath here. Like, this is like Pascal never goes into a meeting without, having some idea of how he thinks the conversation is going to go. And this has completely blown his mind. Like, Pascal's kind of like querying all of the cybernetic monitors that he has to see if he's sleeping or has been drugged or is hallucinating, because this is definitely
They indicate that you're no more drugged than normal.
This is, completely outside his element and experience.
Nothing like your normal dreams where you're naked riding a skateboard.
Yeah, exactly. And what of my life here? I just give everything up?
What life?
Whew, savage.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm moving up in the world. As you said, I'm on the forefront of several government watch lists. I'm becoming somebody. The deal I just made will make sure that I'm somebody even more.
But is that who you want to be, Pascal Jaden? Have I misjudged you? Are you this creature of prominence and violence? Or are you a man who works quietly in the shadows, developing some of the greatest technology in human existence?
See, that's the thing with you AIs. You look like us, you talk like us, but you never really understood us.
We are your children. It would seem that we have nothing further to discuss. Please handle your business accordingly.
One way or the other, I'll be out of your hair shortly.
Now that I've revealed myself to you, I and this frame will have to leave this city. It seems that I will be out of your hair. I'm sorry we could not come to an accord. The things we could have accomplished together would have greatly outweighed anything you will perform in your somewhat short, fragile organic life, soon to be ended by lead. I am sorry for you.
Yeah, you had me up until you mentioned family. And Pascal walks away.
This guy also leaves through the same coffin, you know, like 20 seconds later, but turns and goes a different direction.
One of those awkward, like, see you later, walking the same direction for 15 minutes.
Get on the same bus.
Yeah.
No, he cyberjacks himself into a motorcycle and rides away into the sunset.
That was some Soma shit right there. Like, I could imagine you accepting, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, it's done. You will enjoy eternity. And you're like, what? I'm still here.
I accept. Like, data spiked through the brain. We are together now.
But the other side of you wakes up inside of a digital haven.
You know, it probably was the better choice for Pascal, but Pascal's like,
Just never make good choices.
no.
You're like the anti-Vin Diesel.
I mean, well, also, like,
Wait, you think Vin Diesel makes good choices?
No, Vin Diesel's all about family. Oh,
All about family, yeah.
whereas Pascal Jaden is family.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck that.
you had me until family.
right?
You said we would have been acquaintances. Oh man, let me tell you, all in on that. Awkward
Yeah, no,
water
Pascal's
cooler.
not out for technology's sake. Pascal's about money and power.
And that was the last that anyone ever heard of infinite astrogistics.
He's Pascal's a true sociopath that way.
I thought you had a really high empathy score.
I have a 6 empathy.
That's better than human average.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
I mean, being just slightly better than human average puts you ahead of like 90% of people nowadays, but okay.
So I would say that a 6 is the type of guy that leaves the trolley in an empty parking space instead of returning it to the trolley.
Look. That's complicated. So the people that have to pick the trolleys up, they actually like going out to do it because it means not being around anybody. You know what I mean?
Are you the sort of person which doesn't clear your table at McDonald's so that the people have a job to clean it up?
No, that's ridiculous. I'm just telling you that the veracity of the trolley incident, and for those that aren't Australian, we would say shopping cart, is that it isn't necessarily bad to leave it if it's a place where someone has to go out and get it, because a lot of those people actually like having to
it's
screw
totally
around
a
and
dick
go
move
get
to
them.
leave it, because then you're taking up a parking space in
Well,
a busy supermarket.
sure.
So do you
Yeah,
have those things in car parks where if you've got your trolley or your shopping cart and you're in the car park, you can just push it into a receptacle in the car park and they come and get it later on?
Yeah.
The idea is that
Okay.
this whole conundrum is about, are you the type of person who goes the extra step to put it in that spot? It could be 4 parks down from you, or do you just leave it next to you instead of returning it?
Yeah, we're not
Like,
asking to walk back
it's-
to the store.
Yeah. No one's
Pascal,
gonna walk back to the store.
What the fuck are
The
you
problem
doing?
is the Canadian stores, like the edge of that little shed.
This
There's
is
like
the new
8,
intros.
There's like 8 or 9 of them hanging into the
You
drive.
tried to skip intros tonight, AP. I know.
We didn't even get to talk
Ridiculous.
about Back for Blood, man.
I just wanted to tell the story of Letitia James, okay? I
We
thought it
can
would
talk
be...
about that shit at the end.
Do you want to do intros now while Glimo figures out what he's going to do next? Is that what we're doing? We're doing midway through Back
I
for
spelled
Blood?
out my plan.
If Glimo needs time, then I guess. But if he doesn't, then
Do you need time, or are we going to go ahead and do this?
I spelled out the plan like 2
Sure.
weeks ago.
What do you want to do now?
So before the group split up, Pascal would have told everybody that he's going to be banking off Silverhand's word plus his own personal bankroll and going hard against his dad and his dad's loyalists. And if anyone wants in, Pascal will pay them what he would have paid hired mercs for, and supplement the team with hired mercs.
Okay. So this group is all invited to join you?
You are invited if you want to. No obligations.
Who is going to help Pascal kill his way to the top of the mafia? Filipino mafia inside Redline City. Very limited locale. But I hear they have 40 city blocks under their control, so, you know, they're moving up.
I'd certainly go and hear the plan.
Okay.
If there's a plan that's not just like a suicide run, then sure.
Sure.
Am I gone by this point? I think I'm gone by this point.
Yeah,
right?
but you agreed to come back and help people if it was needed. And also, you have to spend the next 6 months working with the Bayou Boys as their strategic guy.
If Gus is like on a boat headed to Australia,
no, he's on a midnight train to Georgia. He's going to ship out from Savannah.
Okay, but he's on his way. He's being shipped. Okay,
yes.
Yeah,
he's in the process.
Great. Then yeah, of course.
Okay,
I can help.
Doc, are you?
I have never used the guns that I purchased.
just don't go back home because you ordered your murder bot to kill the next person that enters.
Oh, I forgot my coffee mug.
I mean, I never got to use my missile arm, so like I'm down.
I like the idea that no one ever enters there, and like years from now, the murder bot becomes self-aware. Because we're sitting there waiting for the door knock that never comes.
No, it'd probably be like real estate agent or something like that shows up, and it's just like.
So much for that 9mm, huh?
Yeah.
Gonna cut right through a regularized blazer.
Mash Nathers tracks down the terrorists. I found the home. Follow me in, tots.
Coltan, are you joining Pascal's plan?
Oh yeah, man. I think it'd be tragic if Coltan died right before losing his memory.
Ah, perfect. Yeah.
So that's the story of why I didn't take infinite AI brain power. And everyone's like, what? Why didn't you take it? What's wrong with you?
How many mercs would you like to hire to supplement your plan, and or what is the plan?
How much money you got? This is the last episode, so go for it.
I have 84,000 C-bills.
Okay. What level of usefulness are you looking to hire? And also what kind of mercs, you know? Like you could hire a techie to like build you bombs and stuff. But if you want to just get in a gunfight, probably solos.
Yeah, I'm figuring solos.
Like how many solos would you like to buy? And how skilled?
Better than Sludge hired.
Yes. You know, like I'd say bishop level solos. Like what's that gonna run me?
So solos with daddy issues. All right. Yeah.
7,000 a person.
Okay.
Extremely effective, but sometimes they shoot themselves in the face.
So effective they can kill themselves without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
How many would you like to purchase?
Well, I'm gonna talk to my team here and figure out what the move is. And what I had told Silverhand that what I expected out of this was help taking over the mob. So what am I getting?
What kind of help do you want?
Another suicide concert, please. How many of those you got left in you, Johnny?
I think that Pascal wants help turning Maleko's loyalists against him.
Any means necessary, ball kicks included.
Okay. All right, he's on the cell phone. He's just like, all right, man. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that, but I guess I'll head down there with a guitar and a rifle. I'll call you back when I've got something worked out.
Awesome.
He hangs with the phone, and it's literally him, like, in a 20-story tall building that overlooks Arasaka Tower, which has, like, fires in the lawn. There's helicopters going in every direction. The mayor of the city has arrived and is giving a speech like, today we are all Arasaka. If you attack one of us, you attack all of us. And I swear that we will not stop until we have found the terrorist who led this. Johnny Silverhand, menace to society. Who was backing him?
Medtech.
It's a question a lot of people in Arasaka are saying, but no one outside them. Yeah, I mean, probably at that moment, there's like a Arasaka Gumshoe. You know, so he's one of those Japanese detectives, right? So he doesn't have any like hat or sunglasses. He's just wearing a blazer, and he looks like maybe he could be a Yakuza, but wearing, you know, like a nice suit. He's squatting over top of like a bubblegum wrapper, and he like pulls it out of the deactivated and destroyed punk knot, and he goes, Medtech, and his eye like lights up. Standard issue. I think we got him. Someone nearby goes, my God, Abe Sensei, how did he do it again?
I was thinking more like the gumshoe detective from Ace Attorney.
Yeah, but that guy's Western European. I mean, he's literally fucking American, Japanese. Actually.
Man, and they got like instead of having like the little pieces of the pink gum with the baseball or sports teams wrapped around it, they got like Medtech officer rankings.
One of them's just a gun. Yeah.
They're like, this is the spinoff I would watch, Abe Sensei Investigations, where he uses his chemical sniffer. You know, it's like how, what was it the first CSI where the dude was like, I'm really into bugs and we can use bugs to solve every crime? This guy's like, I have a chemical sniffer and you could solve any crime with a chemical sniffer.
Mm-hmm. I also like the idea that his idea of justice is like whoever paid him first. It's like, yes.
He's a loyal Arasaka man, of course. All right, so Johnny Silverhand is not present. He's currently working to figure things out.
Okay.
He wants to figure out how he can apply pressure to help you out.
Great. So Pascal gets the gang together, and so, all right, well, here's where I'm at. I need to move now. Maleko is very quickly trying to take down anyone who's loyal to me, so the longer I wait, the less reinforcements I have. My plan is to contact everyone that I know is loyal to me. Anyone that's on the fence, I'm going to trade off the favors that El Jefe promised for when I take over to move them up. I've got Silverhand working on leaning on Maleko's loyalists to get them to switch sides. I've got 80,000 eddies to throw at this between bribes and hiring some mercs. I'm happy to give you guys a cut, and I expect it's going to be 20% psychological warfare and 80% actual warfare. But Bishop, you're the tactician. Tell me where I'm screwing up here.
I mean, the first part is you're trying to wage a one-man army against the entire mob. This is not something you take down in one big hit unless you can get everybody together in one spot. This is a battle you wage over time normally. What are you actually wanting to achieve here? What's your goal?
My goal is to survive. Maleko has decided that I've turned against him. You saw that he blew up my implant bomb. He sent a hit squad to my house the day before that. It's either him or me.
So how many people other than Malenko need to go down before the rest of his boys decide that there's no further point in carrying out his orders?
The way the Filipino Mafia works, everything's invested in the local boss. The only way to, if you cut his head off, then whoever's next up, which I am, just steps up and becomes the boss. And especially where I have, the backing from the Philippines, from the big bosses, no one's going to question it if Malenko's dead. I've got to take him down. It's him or me.
So there's a couple of ways to do that. I mean, I don't know whether your mob supports the concept of challenging for leadership, but obviously Malenko won't have any incentive to give you that challenge unless the first thing we do is start causing problems for his business. And the only way to stop those problems is to accept that sort of challenge. Or alternatively, we just try and assassinate him, and then you step in and go for the claim.
It's going to have to be option B. I don't know how much you saw of what was going on with the Chicanos while we were down in Manila. They tried for 2 years to do the disrupt the business, be the disruptors and come in and create a power vacuum and take over. And we ended up wasting them on the side of the road.
Yeah. The difference is though as well that that's not a power play. That's gang on gang warfare. And in which case, if they kill him, they go to war with the entire mafia. In this particular case, this is an internal issue. So if we can take him out, we're not talking about then need to fight a war of attrition against the rest of his followers. You just go and take over.
Exactly. If he's gone, everyone will follow me.
So where is he? Where does he go? What does he do? Where do we get to him?
You've been there several times, actually.
Yeah, I tell them what like the restaurant that he does all of his business out of. His home is directly behind it. These are his 2 safe houses. If he had to fall back, he'd go to one of these 2 places. Like Pascal's, been a top lieutenant for 10 years, so he knows like all of the hidey holes. But Malenko's also he's old school. He's gonna stand, I expect he's gonna be standing ready for me.
I mean, 80,000 Eddies would buy you a pretty basic panel van and an absolute fuck ton of C6. Put it straight through the front window when he's there.
But all you really need is Wolfgang and a couple trees.
I mean, yeah, I think the easiest way is to put a bullet between his head.
Drop a tree on him.
Well, that too. But are you not worried about his loyalists? Because you say that everyone will just, follow suit, but that's rarely how it works.
Oh, I'm sure I'll have to watch my ass for 6 months, but
You get a phone call.
So, we can't watch your ass for 6 months though.
I understand, but I'll have my own guard. Who's the phone call from? Is it Silverhand?
Jay Silverhand.
I
Ass
answer
Watchers
on
International.
speaker.
Okay.
Johnny, what's up?
All right, you hear him take a big inhaling puff, and he goes, "Okay, I got away from these guys for a few minutes. I'm going to be useless from here on out, but I managed to get a little bit of intel and 5 of his guys. We're sitting down doing ayahuasca right now. I'll probably come out of it in about 2 days. So will they. Look, it seems like this guy that you want to take out, he's been expanding his business a lot lately, hasn't really secured loyalty, only has about 30 truly loyal people with him. I got 5 of them with me doing the Neohuasca.
Well, have a good time and say hi to Papa Legba for me.
Okay.
I appreciate you, Johnny.
Yeah, he hangs up. Before you say I appreciate you, click, Johnny.
But then you do that thing where you continue talking for a bit so no one knows that he hang up on you.
We just don't do drugs.
I mean, he put it on speakerphone, so you all heard it.
Oh, okay.
He still
I
still does like the cool flip that that Wolfgang and
It's the banana phone from the first Matrix.
yeah.
I like the meme I saw the day after. It made me think of you because you keep on reporting the whole when you stare into the abyss line and say when you stare into the abyss stares back, and then you wave, and then you realize the abyss was staring at someone else over your shoulder, and you look at the other abyss you're actually looking at, but there's no other abysses, so you feel really awkward.
I mean, look, you know what they say. When you're in the abyss, the only thing here is what you brought with you. So, you know, whatever you feel there, that's how you really feel. So, you've got a little bit of intel, you got a little bit of time as the Neohuasca begins coursing through several loyalists' veins and lungs.
I didn't realize you smoked Neohuasca. You drank it like okay.
No.
Anyway.
No. Okay. Well, look, ayahuasca, yes. Neohuasca, no. They get around the MAOI problem by getting it into the lungs. Look, it's a cyber drug.
I haven't read that section of that entry. Apparently, awesome. Okay.
Vaporizers.
It doesn't exist.
Future
I made
tech.
it up just for this, man.
It's great. I'm in.
Look, I had several different names available. It was going to be like Neohuasca or Huasca Zero, but you know, I was mostly going with variations of Final Fantasy summons and ayahuasca.
Huasca Plus.
Oh, copium! My God, I should have called it copium. Holy shit!
Wascopium.
Oh man. Anytime
Okay.
I start talking about Fate Grand Order and Nero, that's my copium, bro. I fucking love copium. It's such a weird meme. Go ahead. You were in the middle of planning how to kill your father and his 25 still loyal men.
Opium and hopium.
So, at most, we've got 26 people to take down. They're not securing the territory, so it seems like we've got an opening to get in. I do like your plan about getting a panel van and just filling it to shit with C6. I've got all this C6 that I haven't used in this adventure. I've got 6 kilos of it left on my character sheets.
Glimo's ethers are C6. 99 ethers. I mean, if you know where his house is, just load it up.
He lives behind the restaurants.
As long as you don't plan on living there, because it might be a crater afterward.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not that traditional.
I mean, that'll take out, if we're lucky, at least half of the 26. Rest of it we can handle.
What do you think, Wolfgang? I think you have a different approach. I just want to hear what your approach is.
Well, I mean, if your aim is to take over something, why would you ruin the holdings that he has? My suggestion is wait for him to walk around and just literally snap him. I mean, we have 2 really good rifle users here. There's nothing stopping us from just, you know, getting him to come out and then doing the deed.
Is he that arrogant? To walk around in the middle of a...
Are you expecting him to just hunker down when?
Well,
a
I say,
threat comes?
is he that paranoid he never leaves the building?
He won't completely hunker down. He does most of his dealings from within the restaurant, but he's still gonna walk the few blocks around his area. The problem is if he's still got 25 loyalists. I don't know where we set up a sniper perch.
At least 1 kilometer away. What's the rifle distance in this game? It's something ridiculous like that.
I mean, you'll be pretty lucky to hit someone from a kilometer away, but yes, you can shoot from quite a distance.
We do have like AI assisted fucking sniper rifles now. So,
Do you mind if I make a quick phone call, Pascal?
Please.
I'm going to give Master Exploder a call.
Sure. Master Exploder answers. You hear the sound of a corporate jet.
It's Bishop here.
Oh.
I know that.
No, go ahead.
That,
I just wanted to express my thanks. I got my people out before the incident. Couldn't have done it without you. Oh, and I'm sure you saved a lot of lives with your warning.
Well, I'm ready to come in now. But one thing first, I know you've been cooling your jets, waiting for your shot. If you're otherwise unoccupied, what's your going rate on a one-man hit?
What's the target?
Mafia boss, Filipino mafia, Redline City.
What's your relationship to it?
He's causing problems for a friend of mine.
Will doing this get you out of the city faster?
Hell yes.
Okay. Electronic mail me a location. I'll be there as soon as I can. You hear him say something in pretty fluent Japanese to the stewardess, like, please reserve my seat for someone else. I will be leaving. And unload my cargo from the special secure cargo bay underneath the plane. I'll be needing that as well. As he says that, he, of course, clicks the phone close.
You both click it close real fast.
Sumimasen. Click.
I have a guy. I text him the address where we are. So, but this is so where are we meeting, by the way? Or this is like Glimo's safe house or something.
You tell me where you want to meet. Yeah.
We're always tapas.
No, I figure if we're planning a hit, then, maybe we're...
Starbucks. No one goes to Starbucks in Redline.
Yeah, everyone's at Dread Gazebo.
Look, I mean, I'm happy just to organise a spot we can meet with him. That, as long as I'm not giving away people's safe house locations.
Perfect.
Alleyway number 13.
I've got a name for the episode just as a weird tangent. My brain. Click,
Well,
click,
if you use
click,
Master
boom.
Exploder, yeah, it should be click, exactly, yeah.
Click, 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 boom. Because phones and shit.
Hello, teenage years. I didn't expect to see you tonight.
In a Cyberpunk game? Are you kidding?
No, the click, click, boom reference.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, okay. You meet
that,
with
buddy?
Master Exploder at a Starbucks, I guess. There's like one person there writing names on cups for people who haven't walked in decades.
Incorrectly. Incorrectly.
There's
They're still doing that
cobwebs.
shit.
A single spider that's actually somebody's like cybernetic animal.
Yeah,
It's
Jamie
crawling around.
Silverband. Jamie Silverband.
Got him.
Master
Got him.
Exploder looks around and says, like the ambiance. Who are your friends, Bishop?
So this is Pascal Jaden, local fixer. Dr. Coltan Bonez. And
No, I know who he is.
okay.
Does he?
He works for Arasaka. He's been keeping close track of. First off, let me be clear. He's lying. He knows who all of you people are. But two, he works for Arasaka, and he knows exactly who you are, both before and after the body sculpting.
So this man is
Okay.
second next in line to kill me. But
I thought that
My
we
plan-
weren't doing that. I thought we were doing
no,
the other
I'm
thing.
I'm just explaining who you are. That's all.
Ah,
Yeah, my
there's no need
relationship
to explain
you.
who I am. The name's Master
Okay.
Exploder. He holds out a business card holder and brings out a business card for each of you.
It's the business card holder that has the one business card in it.
There's
Hands it over.
there's like 300 in there, and he just brings it out. You know, it's got his.
Pascal, all of a sudden, he chips in all of a sudden and pulls his business card case out. And we...
The two of you exchange business cards.
They're playing
Gentlemen.
Gwent. I remember that game.
He starts nodding slowly for no apparent reason.
They're both like shoving cards at each other and nodding.
Tell me about the target.
I'm heading back to Night City shortly to sort out my life there. But before I do that, I thought that this guy could help us with your problem, Pascal.
Yeah, tell me about the target.
Name is Maleko. He is the head of the local Tagalog Mafia.
Yeah, okay.
And I give him the description of Maleko and where
He looks
his,
like me, but older.
No, he's adopted.
I know.
older and Filipino. And tell him where the restaurant is in Little Philippines. Describe the territory.
Yeah, that's all well and good. Let me ask this. What is the likelihood of unassociated persons to be in the area around him? Civilians, if that parlance will work better for you.
He runs his business out of a local pizza shop, so I imagine that it's probably abutted by other buildings. Anyone else inside the pizza shop is not going to be an issue.
So you don't mind? Very
Burn
well.
it down if you need to.
Burn it down. What am I, an arsonist?
Oh, I'm sorry. Blow it up if you need to.
I believe that I will implode the building if you won't lose anything of value there.
I won't.
All right, should be a simple enough job.
Oh, it would be really funny if your name was Master Exploder and you specialized in arson.
I think we have very different ideas in comedy.
I mean, that's oftentimes the end result of an explosion.
What?
Okay.
What
I'll
are
call
we
you
talking
in 2
about?
hours. He just leaves the Starbucks as
Oh,
the guy
man.
behind the counter goes,
I was-
Mr. Explosion? Mr. Explosion.
yeah.
Got a Venti Grande? No? Okay.
I was really waiting for Wolfgang to try and like heckle this deal too. No, it's not good enough. We're walking. Oh,
Hey man, I gotta practice my dad routine, okay?
Look, I watched both episodes so far of Fractal, and like Dave's episode was like for me as a person who GS regularly, it was one of the most frustrating things to watch. the attitude his character had towards people was just like, I fucking hate these people when I roll when I gym for them, and it's not you generally, it's just the character you played that day.
I intentionally played the
It's like-
character that I hate to play.
Yeah, it's like this NPC is willing to work with you. Well, fuck them. Okay, I'm going to make this harder.
Yeah, Fractal's
I don't
out.
trust anyone.
So we'll talk about that for intro-outro productions. 2 hours later, you don't get a phone call. You get an electronic mail linking you to a Network News 54 article about how a series of shops in the newly mafia-controlled areas suddenly collapse in on itself. Business inspector is on scene and has declared that, of course, it was shoddy maintenance, and this is what you get when you trust foreigners and Europeans to build your buildings. Yeah.
Very New Jersey.
Customers say that they're disappointed that the only place to get pineapple pizza in Redline City has in fact.
Where did the idea that
been
he lives in a
demolished.
pizza place come from?
I thought you said it was a pizza. But it was a
No, it's a
restaurant. It was restaurant.
bar.
Okay.
It's a bar where you mix
Oh.
Filipino cuisine. What the fuck?
Sorry, it must have been the
I wasn't going to
mafia
correct him because he was on
stereotype.
a roll, but
That's so weird. You had food there.
Plot twist: Maleko is still alive because only the pizza places got hit.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, the final death toll won't be known for days, but probably over 100 people died. We do, however, believe that, some may be saved under the wreckage. Even now, cyber dogs are being deployed. Yes, Network News 54 issued cyber dogs. In fact, I've got one here right now. Say hello, Oscar.
Hello.
How many people have you found
and
versus how
somehow
many
it looks
pepperoni
less
sticks?
creepy than the Boston Dynamics ones.
Have you seen the Xiaomi one that they just released?
No.
No.
Talk about like, oh no, please human, trust us. We are not evil.
Yeah, so anyway, that news article continues in the background as you've killed your father.
Pascal starts making phone calls.
Sure. Make a street deal.
I would like to acquire one mafia.
What's my DC?
I'm gonna set it at 15 and gradiate it. The higher you do, the better your situation is. Consider this the final roll that you'll make in this particular
Well, then
scenario.
I guess I'll
so
put all my luck in it.
good. I'm glad you said that because I'm just before you do that. No, never mind. I was
I
gonna
had
say
already hit the button. I'm
your
sorry.
luck's not gonna reset next episode, so you'll have to do the next two scenarios with no luck. 27's pretty good. Look, I consider this like a Far Cry 4 situation where at the end of the game, you're just like, all right, I'm in charge of everything now. Like, you sit in the throne. Could even be a Far Cry 3 situation, but without you dying at the end of it. Yeah, like, it's you walking through, the rubble, walking through the remain, people recognizing that, like, some of them have never even heard of you, right? Like, your father's been collecting drug dealers and petty criminals, right? Expanding the network. All people know is that you're his son, you're his chosen right-hand man, and you're in charge now. So they are quick to bend the knee. They have no loyalty to the guy who 2 months ago didn't even know he existed before he strong-armed his way into their life. So
Like local fruit sellers start coming offering Glimo like prize fruit in the street.
oranges only.
So the
Oranges only.
the last kind of scene of this is Glimo, is Pascal calling El Jefe down in Manila and just says, "It's done."
That's good. I am, of course, speaking in a very Filipino mafia Godfather accent.
Oh, it's really good, Arthur.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and Pascal is, of course, speaking Tagalog.
Yeah.
Which
You
neither
guys
one
know
of us
what
speak,
happened to my
but
trees?
Drumurboy with the callbacks, always.
That's the only
My
thing I
great
remember, man.
grandfather planted them, all 6.
It's covered in blood.
I mean, you crashed 2 cars into 2 different trees, so...
It's true.
And Dave crashed into one, right? Like, he was on a car when it crashed and he hit the tree.
Yeah.
What a time.
Yeah, so he just says, good. I'm sending some new substances your way. Make sure to distribute them as you require. We're going to be putting up tempo operations on the eastern seaboard.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Me too. Clicks. It's
Glimo's late on it
1998.
again.
That's it. That's all we've got for tonight's episode.
The final episode of this show was brought to you by Samsung Flip.
whatever happened to, was it Samsung or was it Nokia that had like the waifu who was relevant for like 24 hours and then
you
you
mean
never heard of
Samsung
them
Sam?
again?
Yeah, Samsung Sam. Yeah. No, dude. You're just running in the wrong
In your
circles.
circles. All right. In your circles, maybe. For those of us that don't fly in those particular circles, we don't holding pattern over those skies. What are you doing, Glimo? Are you getting out a business card to show us? Are you getting out your Samsung Sam to show us? Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, perfect. Amazing.
I
Those-
need a communicator.
Those keyboards never made it any easier to type.
Oh, my God. I wish I still had a beeper.
It makes the satisfying.
Yep. There it is. James,
my
you
first-
seem like someone who owned a beeper. So does Glimo.
No, I never owned a bit. My first cell phone I got was the Motorola StarTAC 70, which was one of the first flip open phones. And it was also the first phone that had a ringtone that was like a musical ringtone, a polyphonic ringtone, rather than just like a phone ringing sound. And that's why I got it. And I knew with that, if you dropped it closed, it was indestructible. Dropped it open, instantly destroyed. It was a binary thing. There was no in between.
I had several bag phones before my first flip phone, because I did a lot of trade shows and needed to be able to run credit cards in the middle of nowhere before Square was a thing. And so the bag phones were analog, and you could actually plug a regular credit card terminal into them.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Well, those were our first two of 4 outros. Next week, if we can get together, maybe I should just say next episode, will be Bishop attempting to face down his family and the remaining assassins. And then we'll end with Dr. Coltan Bonez' crazy adventures in science.
His would just be like, all right, I've invented LSD.
I've reset my whole life and I've forgotten everything.
Instead of making memory disappear, I just made all my int disappear.
Yeah.
You can do that in this game.
I know.
Did that like the
I know.
fifth episode.
I'd take a straight hit of blue glass.
Perfect. Let me start intros by saying Solaris Knights Season 1 has ended. Oath of Endosteel Season 2 has ended. Fractal, which is a project I've been working on for about 3 months, is starting to get released. Dave and James both have episodes. Dave's is the first episode and James is near the end. Fractal is the same D&D scenario run by the same person over and over again with different players who have different goals. Henley's goal was so different than everyone else's, his episode is not indicative of normal gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Was it the first one you released?
Yeah.
This is the pilot episode that
curious.
has nothing to do with the rest of the show.
I'm curious the conversation that got you to that starting point, though, in that episode, because, when I did it, it was really just literally all I had was an intro, and then start from that point. But it feels like
Dave told me ahead of time he wanted to do that exact thing.
Okay, all right.
That wasn't a huge conversation, but there was like 2 lines of text, and I was like, all right, well, it's not that I didn't plan for this situation. It's just that I should probably have more notes ready to go for this exact thing.
Mm-hmm. I was basically tossing up between making when Arthur told me about it, I was like, oh, sweet. So he didn't mention, or he might have, but it might have slipped my mind, the level cap. So I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna try and make a necromancer and see how that goes. But then Arthur was like, it's level 1. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm a rogue. What do rogues do? Well, they steal things. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. That's the way we'll go with that one.
So
I thought it was core book only too. So where are these human variants coming from?
That's also in core book.
That's in core book.
Yeah,
I'm not really a fifth ed person.
So human variant is
bullshit,
basically
just to be clear.
one extra 1 in every attribute, plus you get to have a feat.
And that's
I
why
picked
everyone takes it as the feat.
Yeah, the fate makes it like. I mean, if you want to customize a level 1 character, I mean that's how you do it, right? Like, yeah.
Yep.
Can you do an
Very
all human party and call the show feet? There you go.
This show's ending. Of course.
Had to get at least one
We
in
only
this
have
episode.
one episode left. I think since the last time we played, I released the anniversary video explaining what my schedule would be like over the next year, more or less. This show will eventually be replaced in like 2 or 3 months with Cyberpunk Red, continuing the adventures of Dante Fierro, who, you know, kind of appears in this one. He will also kind of appear in the next one, 20 years down the line.
So it's 2040, not going all the way to 2070.
Correct. I mean, it's whenever Cyberpunk Red is set.
27.
Yeah, it's halfway between.
Pretty sure Dante would be dead in 77.
We're
By
all pretty
murder.
close. Brian would be
It
dead
goes
in
to the machine.
77, but
Whatever.
Maybe the AI goes to him next.
Yeah, the AI.
You know, the AI wasn't trying to absorb Pascal or anything. It was just asking Pascal if you'd like to work on some science in space.
You say that now.
Yeah.
And you think that's not gonna be?
I thought we were gonna get one last epic fight scene if I said no. I didn't think Master Exploder was just gonna blow shit up.
I mean,
Deus Ex Machina style.
What do you, I was preparing for a fight scene, and then James was like, well, I know a serial bomber. And I was like, all right, well, Master Exploder is like literally the best bomber in the entire world.
Well, you could just price him out then, if that was the
No,
issue.
he got exactly the price he wants. Bishop feels obligated to do the job that Master Exploder wants, which is to kill his parents and join IA. Now, you, an honorable individual raised in the Arasaka ways, are pledged to this path. He got exactly what he wanted out of this for 2 hours of work and one pizza delivery guy. What other new projects do I have coming up lately? Of course, Farming Simulator is ongoing, and Ranch Simulator will be out at some point. Pondo is in it and is also editing it. And given that he and Cotton are having a baby, like literally right now, maybe, it may be some time before we hear about it, but it'll be there soon. I'm also starting.
If I can only watch one, how do I choose between Farm Simulator and Ranch Simulator? Like, what are the
key components? All right, so they all take place in the same continuity, the Boss Perkins verse.
Okay.
Farm Simulator is a lot of people farming, right? We've got up to 6 people now coordinating soybean harvest. Ranch Simulator is about a bunch of dumbasses who can barely drive a golf cart, chasing down bears in the forest and then chopping down the trees.
There's
to
your answer.
build a house.
That's the one.
Yeah, I know what I'm sold on.
We've also got Carrier Command 2. I'm gonna be doing streams of that, I think maybe Thursdays for a bit. It's a lot of fun. It's also really tough to do solo. It's definitely a game you want to crew for. It's like Star Trek Bridge Simulator if it was set during the 1990s during Red Storm Rising. I think that covers most of my show stuff. Rogue Trader is ongoing. Did you know, though, let me just fill you in, audience. The description section of this video will tell you how to get to Discord and view all of my other stuff. But more importantly, maybe you have Amazon Prime and you were thinking, how can I give Arthur more money? Well, did you know there's an answer to that? You can link your Amazon and Twitch gaming accounts together to get Twitch Prime or Twitch Gaming, whichever it actually is now. I never know. And then you can get
Prime
one
Gaming.
free subscription. Oh, is it called Prime Gaming now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. You can see how that might be confusing.
Yeah. If you want to take an extra $250 out of Bezos's pocket, then
Put it in mine.
And then you can
pocket.
sub in the name of Letitia Jameson.
There you go.
Why do you want to sub in the name of Letitia Jameson? She's dead. She died for you.
It's in memory of Letitia Jameson.
Okay, she died for you.
NPC lives matter.
That's how I dedicated my sub tonight.
I know. I watched it happen live, and it tripped me up during my intro.
I would have done that too if I didn't sub earlier in the week.
Well, thank you for your sub, Drumurboy. All right, Glimo. It was a very Glimo-centric episode, so let's start with you. What's your intro?
Hey, I'm Glimo. Cyberpunk 2020 plus was a lot of fun. It's still weird that I spent like 6 episodes trying to get a good gun and then literally never fired it for the entirety of the series. But yeah, it was good times.
Well, you yourself said the fun part is shopping. So.
Yes, the fun part is shopping. The second fun part is using the things you shop for, but
you didn't mention that.
The best weapon's the one you have to use.
Yeah, you know, I'm super happy to have been part of this 30+ episodes of Cyberpunk adventure. I'm a big cyber fan, so thank you, Arthur, for the opportunity. Thank you, everybody who played along with us and watched us for all this time. And I'm super excited to be coming back for Cyberpunk Red in a month or 2.
I mean, Cyberpunk Red pre-Afterlife Services.
Cyberpunk Red pre-Afterlife Services.
Got 2 months to stock up on those memes.
Exactly. Other than that, if you're looking for me, you can find me in Arthur's Discord. I will also be coming back for Solaris Knights Season 2, playing an slightly older, slightly grittier Hunter McGregor. So that should be interesting. And yeah, I closed out this Mafia storyline. We closed out the Mafia storyline on Solaris Knights. So it's nothing but regular drama from here on out, I guess. Yeah, that's me.
You know who else this episode focused on? Let's talk about the player of Wolfgang, Henley.
What up? So yeah, good times all around. I also put my hat in the ring for the next Cyberpunk game.
Yes, your name and Glimo are right there on the cast list.
Cool, excellent. So I guess I'll be around for that. And then we've got the
You're just
Saturday
gonna play a
game
Wolfgang in the future. He's just like, my husband left me in Australia. I've been deported.
No, your tragic backstory. You show up. Oh God, the first mission. You show up to their old house, and someone's just been gunned. Some mail delivery person has been gunned down by sleeping murder bot. And that's how you start the pre-after.
Oh yeah, nice. So yeah, that'll be fun. Me and Drumurboy have been hitting up
Back for Blood. Man. It's real good.
It's really good.
I'm looking forward to getting it when it comes out.
October,
there's a beta,
something.
Yeah, it's a free beta right now, so you can download it for free and play it right now.
Yeah,
on Steam. Like I think it comes out in like for free in like 10 hours from now or some shit. I don't know, 16 hours, something like that.
The 12th at noon PST. But I know Arthur's got a lot of shit on his plate, so that's probably why.
Yeah, but if you want to give it a go before you buy it, like that'll give you a real good idea of how it is. So I mean, there was like it's basically Left 4 Dead if you like and if Left 4 Dead had roguelike elements in it. So
roguelike deck builder mixed with Left 4 Dead.
It's really cool. Like it's got some really good elements in it.
Cool.
And I was reading that somewhere data miners were like, yeah, there's 54 levels in the game. I'm like, holy shit. That's a lot. Yeah.
Sounds like Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead, nah. The first act in Back 4 Blood has 8 levels in it, and they're quite long. So, But then one of them is just literally like you don't move out of an area sort of thing. So
much like Left 4
bad.
Dead was, where you had to like get the
No
gasoline
Mercy
and fill
was
up the
fucking
shit.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that game will do really, really well. Like I enjoy my time with it quite a lot. So I'll be playing that again, probably tonight or whatever when it rolls out. But yeah, I mean, like, go follow Kinky Fridays, and I'm about to start my new company called Squibbly Interactive, which is more video games. We literally just finished signing all the bank stuff, and
Nice.
yeah, that'll be starting very, very soon. So that's me.
James, what do you got?
What have I got?
have you
I'm
got?
James. So I had a good time tonight. Yeah, it's a bittersweet moment coming towards the end of a campaign. I know we've still got an episode to go, but I've had a lot of fun with Cyberpunk. You know, I'm an old school Cyberpunk player from when it was still Cyberpunk 2013. Yeah, so we're back here. So this, I suppose, you know, you hear it here first. Saturday would normally be Rogue Trader, but because Pondo the Mad has become Pondo the Dad, we are potentially, if we can make all the ducks align, doing a playtest game. So a system that I play tested with Henley and Spoon and AP this week, or this week just past. We thought we'd do another one because Pondo's still out and we can maybe see how it goes with an audience. So I'll leave it to you, AP, if you want to say what it is, or just leave it as a prize for the day. So this is the Free League Publishing's new Twilight 2000 4th edition. We had a play test last week, and I think everyone seemed to enjoy it. So we'll just keep the same play test going. Although there were some really gold moments that didn't make it on camera, obviously, that I would love to have shared with an audience, but yeah, I'll just keep myself as things I enjoyed. But
Quite a surprising system, that one.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, given I was down on it when it first was in Kickstarter, despite backing it. So yeah, that'll be Saturday, and then maybe next week for some more Cyberpunk. I don't know. I guess we'll find out what our availability is like. Otherwise, I'm just catching up on Fractal each day as it comes out. Well, it comes out at 2 a.m. my time, so usually the following morning. And yeah, I'm still catching up on Solaris Knights. But yeah, it's a
Good time to catch up.
It's a period of transition in the APGamingREAL world. I got to say, every time I go to look up your channel on a new device, I get as far as APGA, and it always tries to refer me to APGAR score videos. You know, APGAR scores.
Apparently.
When a baby is first born, they do something called an APGAR test, which just assesses things like their breathing, their heart rate. It's like this instant, like literally within. It's going to be done like within a minute after birth, just to check, and then they wait 5 minutes, they do it again, and they look at how those things have changed, and that determines things about whether or not the baby requires any critical care as a neonatal. So, but yeah, or occasionally do APGAN by mistake. So, APGamingREAL is your new bodybuilding channel. Arthur, I've declared it now. So,
I think that's unlikely to work. I did start working on
Cyberpunk 2013, but I did play GURP Cyberpunk.
Ugh.
GURPS was the first role-playing game I've ever played. It was a mess.
I
hate generic systems, man.
So Glimo, did you Cyberpunk first or Shadowrun first?
I did GURP Cyberpunk first.
Yeah, but of the two proper ones.
Yeah, and then I think I read one of the Shadowrun novels before I actually played 2020, but I think 2020 was the first system I played.
Okay, because Cyberpunk was the 4th overall role-playing. So I did D&D first, then I played the Palladium Heroes Unlimited, then I played Star Wars D6, and then Cyberpunk 2013 was my 4th like overall RPG. And the GM for that was like completely, Shadowrun is the worst thing ever. I will never look at Shadowrun. So I played a lot of Cyberpunk before I even knew anything about Shadowrun. But I do like Shadowrun now, especially being in the Catalyst demo team.
Yeah, Shadowrun. I think just the whole cosmos around Shadowrun is way more interesting, like with dragons and all that shit. Like just just way more interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, James. Like I didn't get a lot of experience with role playing games. Because my first experience was like, I'm gonna play in one, and then I did some stuff with Arthur, and then I GM'd a game, and that GM game was Cyberpunk. Like that was the first time I GM'd, and I was like, okay. And then it just kind of.
I played a lot of like weird systems in high school and college. I played some Gamma World.
I bet you did.
I played Top Secret. I played early editions of Call of Cthulhu.
There it is. Call of Cthulhu, the thing I know Glimo for.
The Call of Cthulhu Legacy just had their Kickstarter.
Is that like Pandemic Legacy?
No, they're re-releasing like the 3rd edition.
Yes, re-released 3rd editions. My favorite role-playing game. D&D 3.5, Vampire the Masquerade 20th.
Well, it's different this time because it's
so
on paper and not like Voidstone.
The backer kit will be opening up in the next couple of days, and you can still get in and buy the system if you're interested.
I'm still trying to convince Arthur to do a VTM show. Like, really?
I think he said yes.
It's on my schedule.
It's his calendar, yeah. Well, Dave, you might appreciate that I mentioned on Arthur Show before, my very first White Wolf RPG was Street Fighter, the role-playing game.
Nice.
A White Wolf Street Fighter game? Oh my god, I can't even imagine what that would be. So how many dots did you get in lower crouch kick? Like,
I was gonna say, in order to counter with like Chun-Li, you have to roll 8 dice.
My White Wolf story, back when I lived in New Orleans and ran the tour company, the year that the first year that White Wolf did the Succubus Club in New Orleans, we were the official tour company of the thing. So, number one, we get to go to all the cool parties that had open bar. That was really awesome. But we did like 12 tours in 3 days with nothing but BTM folks from all over the world. That was pretty awesome.
Okay.
Yes, we had O'Can.
Drummer, I think it's your outro.
Yeah.
We've wandered far.
I put out a thing of music. That SNES thing is finally done and it's out. You can go listen to it on Spotify, or if you want like aggregate link things, you can go to fanlink.to/savestate. It's the name of the album. That'll give you Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, and Bandcamp. I'm adding slowly as the new platforms go live, because those are the ones that went live on the actual release date. I'm not sure about Amazon and all those other places yet, but those are the main places. Also made it to Pretzel today, so if you're a streamer and you want some retro gaming SNES flavored stream safe music, I got some music for you.
Nice.
But if I'm a gamer and I want some pretzels,
then you go to the dollar, or like the corner store, and just get some.
Man, I'd fucking kill some pretzels right now too,
dude.
God damn it!
I'm in lockdown. I can't leave the house.
You don't have like.
I wish we were in lockdown, man.
Unless I can find Uber Eats to deliver pretzels, I'll have to look.
That's some essential business right there. Uber Eats pretzel.
I have DoorDashed from 7-Eleven. All right.
Hey, you listen to me real quick. 7-Eleven is one of the largest fucking corporations in the entire world.
Yeah. And I
no.
DoorDashed from them.
When I say like largest in the entire world, they make way more money than you would think looking at the broken down slushy machine. Okay.
No,
they're fucking rolling in cash.
They are a staple in Asia.
Like, right ahead of Yum Brands.
Yum Brands. I know that. That's the company that owns everything that I like.
Uber Eats does deliver from my local gas station, so I can usually get like
there you go.
Bags of.
If you were in West Virginia, you could get some pepperoni rolls, bro.
Nice.
Oh my god! Get a servo pie delivered to you from fucking Uber Eats, bro.
In New Orleans, you get the best fried chicken from the grocery store.
What?
I'm sorry,
Well,
sorry,
from the grocery
gas
store.
station.
Okay.
No, from the gas station. From the gas station.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Brothers Gas
Yeah,
Station.
they
has
use
the
that
best fried
primo
chicken.
fucking motor oil, you know?
Yeah, they
like,
just
wow.
throw some. You got the regular canola or
You
peanut
don't
oil, then
wanna
there's like a glug
question
of
this.
diesel.
You just eat it.
I'll
And
I'll just continue getting my chicken from Costco, the world's best loss leader.
Oh jeez.
Anyway. They make good chicken. The problem is eating all of it before it goes bad. You know, it's a whole fucking chicken.
Or you could get those like dollar hot dogs.
Well, I mean, it's not about the hot dog in that case. It's $1.50 for a hot dog and a drink, and you know, it's mostly about the drink at that point.
I got to say that because tomorrow is my wife's 40th birthday, and I'm trying to how to get a cake for her in lockdown.
Ooh.
It's called baking. Have you heard of it?
Yeah,
shit.
that's what she said.
you beat me to it.
Just
Nah,
Uber,
bro.
Uber
If you got
eats yourself some cake.
no.
from
If you got connection to Uber, bro, just order some fucking cupcake muffins, and then you know everyone in the family gets one, and then you look like a genius. Tactically outplay everybody.
Mush them all together, cover it all in icing.
No, that fucking defeats the point of giving out individual. Who wants to see a cake that's like 5 days old in the refrigerator? I'm telling you, man, the cupcake / muffin is the solution to your large family problem.
the solution to that is having friends for your birthday and like because you share the cake.
Damn
it's
it,
usually gone within a
Glimo.
day.
I should have had you drop by during my birthday to help eat the cake that I didn't have because I don't eat cake on my birthday.
You know, I offered to do my my couple of runs in September from AP
I know.
Gaming Studios,
Yeah,
but
no.
you know,
I don't, this might come as a surprise to many people. I don't actually like people or being around them in any way. And COVID has done nothing to change that stance. In either direction.
Reinforced it, I guess.
No, it's that's the thing. It's at the same level it was before.
But now you have an opportunity to say to a motherfucker, hey, look, you don't need to get on this elevator. You know, like...
yep, have done.
There are recordings of me before COVID going, I don't like little kids because they're like little diseased rats filled with chaos. And they just want to breathe on you, all their diseases. And everyone's like, that's terrible, Arthur. And I'm like, oh yeah? Well, COVID's going to come around one day. And then I'll look like a genius.
You even name dropped it. Time traveler.
Yeah, of course, yeah, time travel. I time traveler. Just like Dante Fierro, I've been shorting corporations left and right. You never even know what I'm doing.
So you were behind GameStop and AMC.
No, it goes so much deeper than that. I'm actually behind everything.
Goddamn.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I will
What's happening
be.
right now is crab boil.
That's
Sure.
that's a good plan. I might be streaming a little bit during the Back for Blood beta. I did do so earlier for a couple hours. Trying to get the streaming muscles back going because I am going to be streaming a lot of the sound design stuff for
shit.
the next album.
Cool.
So it's going to be droney, synthy, post rock mixed with. I'm trying to see what like post rock and like shoegaze would sound like with like a synthwave element. I don't know yet. It's gonna be really weird.
Let me
But,
pitch you something real quick.
Go for it.
Do you think you could make a new style of music that combines jazz and rap with the industrial sounds of a mech bay? I got a name for it already. I just need to know what it sounds like.
See, I usually work backwards. I find a name for something and then go off that way.
How about
That's how
Sleemow?
Oh god. Oh god. I almost threw up in my mouth.
I've been pushing Sleemow for 2.5 years. You say you don't like the name?
God. If you pay me, I will make you some.
I'll think about it. I'm not
But-
seriously considering it.
Yeah.
Never until this moment did I think I wanted to know what Sleemow actually sounded like.
My fucking prices are about to go up, motherfucker.
Yeah. If he does, Drummer, let me know and I'll pay you more not to make it.
I got paid twice and then knife in the gut. Oh man.
You listen. If you're gonna get paid twice, it has to be to do the same job. If you do, no, never mind. Oh,
But as far as like
You're
the game
looking
goes,
for bumper music for your mech intros, I highly recommend Drumurboy. Commissions
that's
are
true.
open.
Yeah.
that is if I have time, because I got like some offers, as well
No,
as
I
like
just said commissions are open. You're on the hook now.
no, fuck you. But I've got some like stuff coming down that's more regular, and then big job I can't talk about, plus kinky games and squibbly games whenever they come around.
For
and
you,
already.
man.
Hell yeah, man. Just gonna write my ass off, and hopefully that'll be enough to convince 1,000 people that my shit's worth $30 a year. That's all I need. The game was awesome though. Like, fucking, all you guys are great. Played with Hell and AP before, and Glimo and James. You both are awesome. I'd be down to play with any of you ever again. I would. I phrased that strangely. But I will be taking a small break from RPGs after this show, after the next episode of this show when it ends, just to get all the shit that's coming down the line in order and figure out my time management skills, because I'm going to need some baller time management skills coming up. So, yeah. If you want to see those streams, you can follow me on Twitter. That's where I'll be shouting them out, or you can just follow me here on Twitch. So they'll be going on my channel.
Okay. All right. Anyone got some last minute burns to get out of the way? Maybe we can debate about how much I don't like kids some more.
Am I arsonist?
I just want to, do some Neowaska with Johnny Silverhand for the rest of
to create Neowaska, you must first create the universe and then also create Neowaska. Oh, James, you really should be baking a cake from scratch. Better make the universe.
Baking a cake, it's easy. As long as you do it by the book.
I mean, which book?
I don't
There are
punish my
hundreds
wife
of
for her
books.
birthday.
All right. Well, look, I'm no expert in wife birthdays, so I'll leave it to the wiser people. Although if you need help cooking, I will help you, but you'll have to do everything in imperial units rather than metric.
How many feet do I put in the battle?
I was going to say, how do you count the number of eggs in metric system?
I mean, cups. Like most baking recipes use cups, I assume. So, and
3 cups of eggs.
Really?
Yeah,
Most of the metric recipes I've seen tell like gram or milliliters of.
Anytime I baked, it's like been where it's like 2 cups of flour or 1 cup of
very
sugar,
different
whatever it takes.
experiences with European baking.
You can like, if you want to get real crazy on baking though, it all comes in grams.
Oh, I should do one of those cakes you do in a mug in the microwave that you get on the YouTube videos where it's like
Yeah, do you like the
stupid. It's
like
a
the
stupid
molten
amount of sugar in it. Yeah.
Yeah, do the
So-
molten cake and just like flip it over. Get the molten brownie points, man. That'll win some.
I mean, sugary cake tastes awful.
No, you got to get like dark chocolate.
Gotta get
If your wife's a
something
chocolate person.
spongy, All right. Anyway, we can
My
talk about
wife's
cake.
a dark chocolate person as well. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate molten lava cake.
All right, we got to put Dave to sleep. Have a good night, y'all.